Hi everyone. I am here today to talk about what are you doing to build your audience. Actually got a bit of a dodgy voice because I've just been doing a masterclass in the Happy Hustle Club for the last hour and 20 minutes. Didn't quite mean it to be that long. So I am out later this evening, so I didn't want to miss doing the Happy Hustle show, so I'm just going to do it now. What are you doing to build your audience? So we all know that we need to be visible to get sales. We know that we have to bring people to our side hustle, that people aren't going to know about our best kept secret unless we go out and we absolutely shout about it. So we have to make sure that we are drawing people to. Oh, Shona, you missed the masterclass. That's okay. It's available on replay. We have to make sure that we are drawing people in to our side hustle world. So we set up social media and we broadcast on social media, and I see people really taking action on social media, which is amazing. And I love following all your social media accounts. So we're there going, here's my thing, and we're giving value, and we're really kind of bringing the whole social media thing to your ideal customers. But hi Gail, but where we can have a challenge with this is that the one bit that we often forget is you need to be broadening, you need to be building your audience in social media. So if you open a social media account and wait for people to come to you, it can help, but it's not going to be, or sorry, it can work, but it's not going to be a quick strategy. And you'd have to be putting out incredible content for people to come and find you. Hi, Tina and Sheila. But when you're building your audience and you're bringing people into your world, into your social media world, then each time you're posting, there are new eyes that are seeing it. There are more people there to react, more people there to engage with you. So the question I want you to ask yourself this week is, what are you doing to build your audience? So just broadcasting on social media is not enough, because you're broadcasting to the same people every day or every couple of days or however often you post. Eventually they're going to have either bought the thing that they need, or hi again, Maria. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Linda. They're going to have bought the thing that they need and they aren't necessarily going to buy it again, or they maybe didn't need the thing in the first place. Maybe they just kind of want to follow your social media account because they like your chat and they like your value and your banter. So you want to be constantly looking for other people to connect with on social media. And this is something you need to do proactively. So for those of you that have been through the Explode Your Side Hustle Sales challenge or bootcamp week, do you remember when we were talking about social media, we were talking about the film Pay It Forward? So basically, to get people to come and like your social media account, you have to go out there first and you have to find them and you have to sort of woo them back. They have to want to have a reason to follow you. You have to be somebody that's in their kind of universe, that's not the right word, in their sights first, because when we start, we're all the best kept secret. No one knows anything about our side hustle. So you need to go out there and you need to talk about it, and you need to talk about yourself, and you need to make sure that people start to know who you are. Remember, for every happy side hustle, people are buying people. None of us are in the market here where we're just creating products that are faceless and nameless and will be sold in supermarkets. Like that's not what we're about. We're about our love and our care and our creations and our time and our energy and our expertise. Depending on whether you've got a product or a service-based side hustle, people are buying you. So for people to buy you, they need to know you, and for people to know you, you can't just be broadcasting on your social media channels that you've set up, because unless you've brought people to those channels, unless you're constantly bringing people in, they're not going to hear you. No one's going to see those social media channels, however you've chosen to do that, be it Instagram or Facebook or wherever you've decided to do it. So you need to be going out there and finding your ideal customers. So where might they be hanging out? Where might your ideal customers be hanging out? So remember, what we do is you get your bio. So you make sure that your bio on your Instagram or your Facebook page or wherever it is you're going out to seek your customers, you make sure that that has very, very clear links to wherever you want to drive people to. So to your shop, to your social media, wherever it is you want to kind of pull people in, so they're going to be in your audience. You want to make sure that your shop links are in your bio as well, so that people can actually kind of click into your shop and buy your thing. But you nearly want to be bringing people across to your other social media. Like where is it? How can people follow you on social media? Because when that's in your bio, then you go into a group of your perfect customers, whoever that might be, and you start to engage and network and help and support people in that environment. Then they're going to click into your account, they're going to see your bio, and they're going to click to follow you, or they're going to click to friend you, or whatever it is, depending on what type of social media that you're using. So every day, realistically, but definitely regularly. If you feel you can't do this every day, this has to be a regular activity. But I would say set aside an amount of time every day. So say 15 minutes, make it manageable, 15 minutes, and go. For 15 minutes every day, I'm going to go off and I'm going to find my ideal customers and I am going to bring them back into my world. Now, you don't bring ideal customers back into your world by just going into a group and going, I sell this, because people are going to be like, look at them. But when you go into a group of people, you find a group of people and you start to comment on ideal customers' posts. If it's on Instagram, you go into a Facebook group and you start to give value. You start to kind of give your opinion. You start to kind of share your experiences with other people. You're going to draw attention to yourself. People are going to go, wow, that's my type of person. Where can I follow them? When you pay it forward, when you help other people first, when you interact with other people first, when you build those relationships, and then they realize you've got something to sell, they're far more likely to buy it than if you're just either going straight in to try and sell something, or you're not building your audience in the first place. So my top tip for you today, and I'm going to keep this one short because I know for those of you that were just over in the masterclass, it went on much longer than anticipated. My top tip for you today is, can you put aside X amount of time, you decide how much, X amount of minutes per day, to go out and find your customers, to build your audience, to go and hang out in the places that they are in. And I don't want you to hang out with any agenda. So I remember when someone first said this to me, so go out there and find your ideal customers. And I'm like, oh, it feels a bit icky, because I don't want to go there and just go, like create false relationships and then go, by the way, I've got a thing you might want to buy. And the answer, how I've got over that, is just don't do that. Like, just go and be a genuine person. So so for me, a lot of my ideal customers are in Disney groups, because often people are with their side hustle saving for Disney. Not always, but often. And I love working with people that are saving for Disney. And in the Happy Side Hustle Hive, we're ultimately planning a Happy Hustle conference in Disneyland Paris, right? So if you're not into that, you're probably not my total ideal customer. So my ideal customers hang out in Disney groups. If I go into if I request to join a Disney group and I go in and I go, hi, my name's Julie and I help people to save up for Disney holidays. If anybody wants to come over and join my free group, here it is, and whatever. People are probably, well, I don't know. I think people might go, who does she think she is? But if I go into a Disney group and I go, anybody else like totally missing going to Florida? Like, when was your last trip? All of a sudden we're building a relationship. Somebody goes, oh, I'm due to go to Disneyland Paris in another month. I don't know whether I should go because we need to self-isolate. And at the moment we're not allowed into France, blah, blah, blah. If I go and say, oh, I really empathize with that, like we went, it's kind of 2 years since we were last in Disneyland Paris, but it was opened up. I would definitely go, blah, blah, so building those relationships, having those conversations, getting yourself known in those groups, and then making sure your bio foundation, making sure your bio says, I help people save up for Disney holidays, come and join me in my free group here. Anybody that kind of sees you commented in the group and clicks on your bio to see who you are, then just has to press one button to come into your world. But you don't do it by going into a group and going, I've got this thing to sell. Who wants to sell this thing? Or moaning, just like, oh, my business is really struggling. Because like people just don't want that. You go in and you pay it forward. You pay it forward. You help people out. You share your knowledge. You empathize with people. You build relationships. You just build genuine friendships. Don't hang about in groups that you don't want to hang about in just to try and build your business. I would happily hang about in Disney groups all day long. Like there's not a part of me that's like, oh, this feels like hard work. It does not. And it keeps my knowledge up with Disney, which is important to me. But there are other groups that I hang about in that I know that I've built relationships in, that I know have my perfect customers in them, but I enjoy being there and I am genuinely there for friendship and connection. I'm not there with my sleazy selling hat on going, oh, I wonder how quickly I can actually just post about my thing and then get out of here again. If you feel like that, people pick up on it. It's about your energy. So think about, who is your ideal customer? Where could you find them? Facebook groups, commenting on other Instagram accounts, building networking, building those relationships so you actually know those people. You can get to the point where you can friend request them on Facebook if you felt that's appropriate. You can really build those relationships. Just setting up social media accounts and posting on them is not the answer, because people aren't going to just find you. You're still going to be the best kept secret. You need to be out there networking, building your audience and bringing people back into your world. It's just as simple as this. The more people in your world, the more sales you're going to make, because only a certain percentage of them are going to buy from you. But when you have 10 people in your world and 0.05 people buy from you, for example, that's nobody. But if you've got 1 million people in your world and 0.05% of people buy from you, that's loads. So it's as straightforward as that. You need to be constantly out there looking for, how do I build my audience? How do I bring people to my social media? So when I'm witty and engaging and, I create all my posts, then people see it and people are kind of brought into my world. Okay, let me just see your comments. Mariam, yes, let's get Mickey as a guest speaker. There was a speaking Mickey, wasn't there? I think they stopped the speaking Mickey. You could do a mime. Yeah, sure. And I do like Disney. An expert masterclass from Tiana. Oh, how good would that be? I'm totally doing it, right? I am totally doing it. I am having a happy side hustle conference in Disney, because above everything else, for every single one of you and for me, it would be tax deductible. How good is that? And you go, oh, I don't pay any tax on this, because it would be a business trip. It's genius. And how amazing would it be for us all to actually get together and connect in real life? Anyway, did say this would be shorter. We're heading up for 14 minutes now. Thank you so much for listening in today. And I will be back on Thursday with another episode of the Happy Hustle Show. In the meantime, happy hustling. Take care, everyone. Bye.